let's get on to this. Remember to go subscribe to him and like his video. Certified Australian moment touching. Wow. It's gonna be a poisonous leaf probably, or a really deadly stinging nettle. Oh shit, it's muted. And oh, it's not just poisonous. Oh, does it paralyze you or something? Oh no, this dude. What did he do, man?
This is the Gimpy plant, a piece of foliage native to the land down under. And surprising no one, not only is the thing venomous, it is in fact the most painful plant.
Oh, of course it is. Yes, basically a nettle, but 2 times worse.
A planet. Because yeah, no, of course, man, even the fucking leaves down here have a problem with me. Growing in the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell bushes are covered in tiny hairs that upon closer inspection...
Yeah, no, mate, you do not want to go to Australia and see, like, the spiders there. That's the one thing that puts me off, the heat and the spiders, you know? Like, I'm not going to hell incarnate on this earth, you know? Like, that's basically the hell of the world, you know? It's hot down there, it's spiders, everything's big.
Aren't hairs at all and are actually thousands of hypodermic needles waiting
Aussies are so funny. I like their accents, you know? It's cool.
to stab you and break
off
inside your skin if you so much as brush them. Once inside you, these needles will inject you with, I am not kidding, neurotoxin and cause absolutely excruciating...
Let me guess, brain damage is probably a side effect of these ones. Is that one? Uh-oh.
I mean, like, comedic levels of pain. With one person describing it as being covered in hot acid and electrocuted, and another woman saying that it was straight up more painful than childbirth and she'd given birth 4 times.
Well, that's a feat to beat.
And the f***ed up part is, the neurotoxin isn't even lethal. So this spiteful c*** of a plant is hurting you purely for the love of the game. Mind you, there are reports of people saying...
Hey, I mean, it's a good survival strategy, although there's probably creatures which are semi-immune to it now, I would guess.
Getting stung by this thing is actually worse than being put...
Oh, it's that guy. Yeah, I think I've seen him before. Yeah, he puts random... Didn't he sting himself with a wasp, I think?
This is because Groot's little hellspawn cousin here can continue hurting you for literal years after...
Years? Oh my, really? Why? I guess it's teaching you not to go near that plant.
This is because those thousands of little hypodermic needles are actually made out of...
Yeah, his content's pretty good, isn't it?
Silicon, meaning your body can't break them down. And with how thin they are, your skin will usually close up over the top of them, meaning that these neurotoxin-emitting slivers can sit inside your skin for literal years, releasing more neurotoxin any time that they're moved or disturbed. This constant, chronic, agonizing pain is so unbelievably...
Dude, that makes it worse that the other guy forcibly put himself through that. Because now he could be in pain for months and months on end, right?
Have even been records of, trying not to get banned here, people F4ing existence to make it stop. This particular incident came from a man who accidentally used one of the plant leaves as toilet paper.
Oh, and oh, yeah, and if you did, like, anything down there, then, that would be painful, you know, unless you like the pain, but probably not.
I don't think it gets much worse.
No, it does not get much worse than that. Like, come on, dude, you know? Like, I could not imagine doing that to myself. Hold up, yeah, there we go.
Kangaroos
of course, a classic video about kangaroos. Wow, that's a lot of likes.
Can and will beat you up.
Well, I mean, they're like mini bouncing boxes. Well, not mini. They're like tall bouncing boxes. No, they're furry bouncing boxes. Okay, furry bouncing boxes. Neurotoxins get to the nuts. Yeah, could you imagine neurotoxins like on your ass? Like, ugh, nasty.
That's right, just because
toilet
it's not
paper
venomous
with needles. Some people would love toilet paper with needles, man. Trust.
Man, it can't knock you on your ass.
I'm not telling you. I'm not saying myself would, but someone would.
That. Because they are way bigger than you think they are. With our biggest species of roo coming in at a
7 feet?
ridiculous 2.8.
Oh, 9. Oh my god!
Meters.
It's taller than them the tallest man.
In length. And with the iconic hop, they've got a vertical jump of 3 meters. I mean, honestly, with a stat spread like that, they don't belong in the outback, they belong on a fucking NBA court. As if that wasn't enough, they're also
They'd be all humans if they were smarter, I guess.
built like tanks, weighing in at a full 90 kilos of roid-raging rabbit muscle. And being able to move way faster than anything that heavy has any right to. Pegging the speedo at a max of 70k an hour. Meaning
if they were only a little bit smarter, they'd be even more menaces, you know? Well, that might make them less menaces, I don't know.
you make them angry, a juiced up rat the size of a small car is going to run your ass down and beat the f***ing brakes off you. And I'm not kidding when I say they really will rock your shit, because roos are professional kickboxers with...
I could imagine, especially a pregnant one or a male one, like in breeding season, you know? Steroids, not even once. Yeah, could you imagine what would happen if you gave a kangaroo steroids, you know? That would actually be something I'd be curious about, and that would be bad. Don't give a kangaroo steroids. But would it be interesting to know what would happen? Yes, but should you do that? No, definitely not.
Fighting MMA
Never.
to female attention. When they fight, kangaroos will lean back on their tails as a stabilizer and immediately start scratching and kicking the ever-loving out of one another.
I love the way they just hold their heads back. It's so weird.
And those kicks have
all the little fractures. Nasty.
to crack bone. And as if getting drop kicked by a muscled marsupial wasn't bad enough, they also for some reason have the same bite force as a grizzly bear. Because why not?
Meeting males and breeding
with all of this,
deathwish from what you've heard. Probably, yeah. Unless you've got a powerful gun, but that probably won't be enough to stop them, or a really big machete, I
still
guess.
animals stupid enough to view a rua's lunch. Which brings me to the most terrifying thing that they do. When threatened, kangaroos will hop into a body of water and wait for whatever is chasing them.
Perfect for meme making, though. You take a picture of that. Perfect for meme making. You know, got top text, bottom text. Does anyone remember that meme where it'd be like top text, bottom text?
To follow them in. Once the predator enters the water, the kangaroo will wrap its arms around their neck and just straight up drown them.
Why would they follow them into the water, though? Why wouldn't they wait for them to come out of the water? Well, I suppose they probably don't have patience. They're hungry.
Australia lost a war to emus.
Did they try to, like, kill them or something and it didn't work? I mean, hey, they're basically dinosaurs. They've lived for so long, it's like, you know, just let them keep living. They deserve it.
But how?
I mean,
did we lose an armed conflict with flightless birds?
With 50%
well, it all
force?
started
No.
in
Have
1932
you?
when
Cinema?
farmers in
Yes.
Western Australia wanted to grow wheat. There was just one major problem. That's emu territory. And emus really like wheat. And coming in at 6 foot tall and 40 kilos in weight, they can eat a
so ugly, though.
lot of it. So when breeding season came around, the
Great
emus
Emu
migrated
War,
through the farmland.
no.
And these poor farmers were overwhelmed by a tyrannid swarm of man-sized poultry, 20,000 emus strong. These feathered tanks then proceeded to completely
Nuke them! I'm joking.
steamroll through the fences, into the fields, and started laying waste to the wheat. The farmers
And now leave them alone. They were just hungry, okay?
to fight back the initial wave with rifle fire, but their efforts were, putting it lightly, completely useless. This ginormous L made the farmers pretty bloody angry, so they gathered together and went to the government to ask for help. Sir, 20,000 emus have hit the wheat fields. My mate. And so the government declared the emus enemies of the state and sent in the army to commence the Great Emu War. The entire 7th Heavy Artillery Division was deployed to WA, armed with 2 LMGs, 10,000 rounds, and the sole objective to blast anything with feathers. A little bit excessive.
Go
for an
get 'em,
overgrown tank, if you
baby!
ask me. And upon their first deployment, the army immediately ran in.
Like, you're losing your... What was I gonna say? You're losing the war, man, you know?
Emus are fast.
I am speed.
Wait, yeah, actually that's a good point. If they're so fast you can't
clocking
shoot
a top
them,
speed
yeah.
of 50 kilometers an hour, which meant that once they opened fire, the emus would immediately bolt out of range of their weapons. But they still took a crack at it.
Hey, they would leave though, and that's semi-working, even if it's not in the way
and
they
then
want.
immediately stopped when both LMGs jammed after only dropping. This embarrassment led the army to retreat and rethink their plan. So a few weeks later they returned, this time mounting the LMGs on trucks in an attempt to run the birds down. However, this also didn't work, because after figuring out that those trucks meant they were about to be turned into a KFC family bucket, the emus started leaving scout birds who would warn the flock of
Wait, are they that smart? Oh, I didn't know they lived in flocks.
the approaching truck,
I suppose they are birds though, right?
which gave them all
This
enough
so
time
does
to
make
book it
sense.
before the army even got there. And whenever they did catch the emus, they found out they were kind of... Because emus are mostly feathers, and there's a lot of places you can hit on them without doing any damage.
It's kind of like they got their own skirt on them though.
Taking around 10 bullets for every one bird. So after a month of blood, sweat, tears, and 10,000 rounds of ammunition, the army managed to bring down 960. The pop...
Yeah, well, that's not the worst. 960, you know, that's
you as
Hope you're
unlike
alright,
America,
man.
our defense budget is not a bottomless pit. So the army had wasted all that money to achieve absolutely fuck all. So the government just kind of built a really long, really shit fence around the farms and called it a day. How the...
Hey, well, they can I don't know if they can jump. If they can jump the fence, that's not a very good plan. But hey, that's fine, that's fine.